For decades, Detroit was known as the beating heart of American car culture, but by the early 2000s, that legacy was beginning to slip. Foreign automakers were dominating fuel efficiency, technology, and reliability, while Detroit's Big Three struggled to convince Americans they could still lead the future. Chevrolet, one of the nation's most iconic brands, felt that pressure more than anyone. According to several industry reports from the time, GM leadership realized they needed a breakthrough. Something bold enough to prove Detroit wasn't finished and innovative enough to redefine what an American car could be. That breakthrough arrived with the development of the Chevrolet Volt, a vehicle that would quietly reshape the course of modern automotive history. First unveiled as a concept in 2007, the Volt stood out not because it looked futuristic, but because it solved a problem almost no other electric vehicle had cracked yet: range anxiety. Rather than relying solely on batteries, the Volt used an extended range system that allowed it to run fully electric for everyday driving and then switch to a gasoline-powered generator for longer trips. It was a clever engineering solution at a time when electric cars still felt unrealistic to many Americans. Reports from that period highlight how GM engineers pushed boundaries in battery development, energy software, and lightweight materials, often working with new suppliers and research partners to move faster than traditional automaking timelines allowed. The Volt didn't just give Chevy a new product, it gave Detroit a new sense of confidence. Industry analysts later noted that this single car accelerated GM's commitment to electrification, forcing competitors like Ford and Chrysler to rethink their long-term strategies. It also shifted public perception, reminding Americans that innovation wasn't happening only in Silicon Valley or overseas, it was happening right in Detroit again. The Volt wasn't the best-selling vehicle of its time, and its production brought challenges, from government incentive debates to rising EV competition. But its real impact came from what it inspired: a cultural shift inside GM that eventually paved the way for today's Ultium battery system and the company's fully electric ambitions. Many experts now argue that without the Volt, Detroit's EV transition would have been slower, riskier, and far less certain. In a city famous for its comebacks, the Volt became a symbol that Detroit still had the power to reinvent itself. And that's a reminder of how one bold idea can change the direction of an entire industry.